Hello, everyone. There's Bruno, and Winston, and I'm Mike. And thanks for stopping back by. I know it's been a hot minute since we did a video. We just had too much going on, and I've had to kind of spread my time out with everybody else. But I have gotten a little busy. Found this free on the curb. Looks like an old generator motor, missing a carb. Does have compression, spark, does turn over. The reason I say it's from a generator is the oil fill tube is on the side, and it mounts on the side, and the shaft comes out that way. If it was for a lawnmower or a tractor or lawn tractor, this would be definitely set up differently. And I believe the carburetor would be set up differently. It'd be more off to the other side. But it does pull over, does have compression, does have spark. So something to see if we could try and get running, and or to see why it was set to the curb for free. I have purchased something probably is more of a toy than anything, and that would be a golf cart. Picked this up from a guy from work. They no longer have a real need for it. They don't have a membership at the golf club that they were at anymore. So it was just kind of a deal where it was kind of an unnecessary item. It does drive. It's a 95. It does smoke, even though it's not a two-stroke. But after 30 years, it's probably not had much maintenance done to it, aside from maybe a battery and an oil change once in a while. A lot of stop and go driving. So I imagine that it has worn rings in it. It doesn't knock or anything like that, but it a little low on power. But if the rings are bad, then the compression isn't as high. We might take a look at that and do a compression test on it. There is a new battery in it. I put new bushings in the leaf springs. They're down here. Recommendation, if you guys are going to do this, do the front first. Disconnect the rear and do the front first. It'll save you a long, hard headache in the long run. Ask me how I know. I've got a new fuel line for it. And the air cleaner's good, spark plug's good, fuel's pretty decent. So let me get this roof off, because each time I keep banging my head on it. And we'll get the roof off, and we'll take the seat out, and I'll show you what we got inside. Okay? So, see if I can get you into a decent shot here where you can see me, hurt myself or, cuss. So, I've already got the nuts out of it. Okay. How much of a rough pain in the butt is it gonna be? It's almost going to be a two-person job, it looks like. Well, let's see here. Take off the hat. Now that I have the hat, somewhere. This place is any. All right. Shush. I'm tired of you barking every time this thing gets started or move or whatever. It's enough. Okay. I had already taken the nuts out. Let's see. That was going to be a stubborn monkey. Yes. That one got broke. So we're going to be finding quite a few things probably that need to be addressed. But, well, that was unfortunate. What the hell's in there? Nylon bushings? Okay, wasn't aware of that. Interesting. Is it going to fall out of that one too? No, because the screw's holding that one. So one in here too? Yeah. There's one. So there, in between this and the bolts, there is a nylon bushing. That one's missing. Or is that still in there? Yeah, that one's still in there. Okay. Is this going to be heavier than I think? More than likely. There we go. All right. Let's just set him over here. Oh, yeah, that all got broke out. Well, that explains why they had the big washer on there. Yeah. But that's okay. It's a 35-year-old golf cart. Okay. All right. Now the seat lifts up. There we go. Now I did spray it out. It did have a bunch of schmutz, like grease, dirt, cut grass. And it was like packed in the wheels. Let's get you over here. All right. Get you down in there. So that's basically what you're looking at. You got yourself a fairly large gas tank. You got your air cleaner, CVT, battery here, gear selection, fuel pump, air filter, you know, the standard, you know, little 2-cylinder engine. I'm going to talk to the golf cart company, see if they have a rebuild kit, and if they do it themselves, or quite possibly if they just have a used engine that's been rebuilt. I really don't look forward to taking that exhaust off. If I don't have to. It does have a metal frame that this body fits on, and it is a metal body, not fiberglass. So every white panel on this golf cart has pretty much is magnetized. So, that being said, it's probably a lot heavier than some of the newer ones. Looks like the breather tube is cracked and split along here. Like I said, the oil's good, spark is good, air filter's good, gas line's rock hard. So, let's see about getting some of those replaced Might have to take the airbox off, and we'll take a look-see at what more needs to be done. Not too bad for a little toy. And in case you're wondering, I paid $200 for this. That's right. Between the bushings, the flag, and the triangle, I'm into that for 50. So right now, and then the fuel line. So right now I'm into it for 300 bucks. That's not too bad for a running, driving golf cart that will fumigate your neighborhood if so needed. So let's get started and see what we need to do. We'll probably need to get clamps. Looks like there's a screwdriver. Might need to take that air box off. Hopefully we can save the gasket. And see where all them fuel lines are going at underneath the air box. Looks like it has a starter generator, which typical for a gas-powered mower or gas-powered golf cart. So let's see what we could do about what that all entails to get the airbox off. You know, what is it doing? Not too bad. Okay, let me get. Oh wow. Okay. That's weird. Alright. I did disconnect the backup beaver. Drives the dogs nuts. Holy camoly, there's 4 bolts. Well, that's kind of weird. I wonder if 2 are for the airbox and then 2 are for the carburetor itself. Looks like the, wow, why in the heck they have done such a thing? Well, two here, and then we got 4 to the airbox. That is odd. I hope that trying to think of which ones. Okay, there we go. Okay, so him, this one, and this one are the rods. That and then this and this, but it still needs to come off. Okie dokie. Well, I'll work on that in a minute and we'll get this airbox off. got the two shafts for the mounting of the carburetor through there, and then they mounted some studs into the carburetor itself, which okay, we'll put a pin there. Is that one loose too? Did I even get him to crack open? Probably need to get a new breather tube. Probably spraying that carburetor out probably wouldn't be a bad idea either. Okay. Airbox. You know, there's no nesting material in there or anything. It's just kind of dirty. Yeah. Well, that one had a sleeve in it. The bottom. That should have probably stayed right in there. There we go. Okay. Choke seems to work pretty good. Let's see if we can get a little carb cleaner on that. See if we can't just clean that up a little bit. Part of that bracket is the gasket for the choke, the airbox. So, that being said, I'm not going to take the carb off yet, but take this off after breakfast, because of course, you know, it's about 5 o'clock in the dang morning. Winston the sausage decided he was gonna, it's seen a better day. So, let's see here. So this line from the block by the oil dipstick is what sends the pressure, the pulse pump, to here, which then sucks the fuel out of here and down through here into the carburetor. All in all, oh, hey, we got a whole bunch of information here on the side of the panel that I couldn't see before. What we got here? It's a Robin. Robin engine. Model number EH290 by, what is this? By Fuji Heavy Industries, made in Japan. PPT40. So, it's got a little Japanese motor in it. Interesting. Cool, but interesting. So, yeah, these lines are pretty hard. Well, let's see about getting started on the top and work our way through the bottom. And see what kind of nightmarish stuff I get into now. Alrighty, I'll get back with you when I get some sections done here. And we'll continue on. Okay. All right. So we're going to start from here and work our way down. Don't worry, guys. Got a new fuel filter. So, we get our Croyers. Got a rag. Boy, they just nincompooped this to no end, didn't they? Well, let's see if there's... Take that off. Well, they'll never find that again. At least it didn't have far to go. And we'll go from here. If the gasket smell gets too strong, I might end up having to put the dogs away. Holy cow. What the heck? There we go. Alrighty. I'll get my fuel line pliers for this. If you got the tools, might as well use them, right? Might as well. Works for me. Let's see here. Ew. Boy, oh boy. That. Because this nozzle here is just plastic, and then there's probably a tube that goes down in there. Looks like it's... Let's see. Yep. There it is. Oh boy. Breaking that off just does not want to be part of the plan. Gas gauge works. Well, let's start from here and see if we can work our way around. Shall we? So I don't want to have to start. Will you get out of there, Bruno? Jeez. There we go. And a little bit of fuel came out. Maybe I can get that back feed back in the tank. Probably not. There we go. Let's loosen it up a little bit. So I don't want it to start leaking. Maybe. If it just turns in there anyway. Come on. Don't want to break that plastic tube. Although I can still get parts for this. I don't want to start having to replace a bunch of parts because of my ineptitude. Because with this plastic being 35 years old, that's going to be. Come on. Slowly but surely. Now I'm going to work on that for a little bit. Yeah, just a sec. Well, as you can guess, she's pretty shrunk on there. Since we're replacing it, and I don't want to damage this at all, we're just going to go ahead and cut it off of there. Being very careful not to damage the plastic. Come on, give me a little love here. Just a wee bit of love. We're getting there. There we go. There we are. Oh yeah. Yeah, so as you can see, that little plastic tube would have been a pain. Try to keep my gasoline clean. Dogs don't get into it because, well, you know, they're curious. But there we go. We got that off. There is some that needed to be replaced for sure, but it didn't even feel like it was on tight. So we will see what we got. I wonder if I can reuse the clamps. We'll find out. So we'll take a little bit of fuel line here. About their last 15 feet, because it looks like, yep, that I can use this on the golf cart, my lawn tractor, the snow throwers, all that kind of stuff. I'm going to pinch to grow an inch. Okay. Maybe I should probably put that somewhere where I don't necessarily grab it right away. All right. If not, I got more clamps. But I think we'll be all right. I had to start a garbage pile here. Okay. Yeah. Ah, yes. Okay. And Bruno's just sitting on his perch. Winston's chewing on a toy. And here we are, messing with gasoline at 6 o'clock in the morning. Come on. Oh, we stubborn little monkey. This tube coming out of the tank is our biggest concern. It looks like that's as tight as it's going to get. Where'd I do it? There we go. Oh yeah. That'll work nicely. Fuel filter, and these are directional. I don't break it before getting it into the tube. There is a few specks in the bottom of the tank, but getting this out of here without taking all these pop rivets out, taking this out, yeah, I think we can hold off on that. I need a bigger clamp. No, we're working on it. I'm just trying to give this a fighting chance. Okay, clamps off of this one. They're magnetized. Okay. Japanese motor with Chinese fuel line. Okay, so stubborn monkeys. I mean, it's fairly straightforward. It's kind of a little compact area, but still fun nonetheless. That's why I bought it. I mean, I can go tool hunting so much, and I need something to do while I'm here at home. And plus, my wife wants to drive it. Imagine that, right? So, and it's simple enough for her to drive. You know, we got Dollar General, we got a local grocery store, local eateries. They're all 3-4 blocks, 5 blocks away. Kind of doesn't make sense to looks like I'm gonna have to get some different clamps. Ooh, that's shot somewhere. That went well. We'll have to find that before the dogs do. There we go. Now I'm gonna figure out where it went go take completely. There we are. I found it, I found it. Winston, you're such a goof. He's got this little rubber ring that he's chewing on and throwing around and just having a grand old time. Should probably turn that a little bit. The other way. Oh, come on. Help me that way. There we go. Okay, much better. Okay, that's one down. Now the one to the carburetor. Looks like that might have been replaced before. I don't know, they got some weird looking, some are clamped and some are screwed. I don't know. There's probably light fuel in that. Okay, am I gonna be able to, let's get a small screwdriver. Let's see, where are we at here? Oh, okay. Okay, so this one I also had to cut off. This one I gotta try and somehow get into. Is this trying to take off as least as possible, but they had this turned in a funny direction too. Ew. Let's just see about keeping him tight. Just should have probably done that before, huh? Yeah, live and learn. This is the first time I've ever tried to do something like this on a machine like this, so yeah. But that's what's fun, because, you know, even at my age, it's fun to figure out how things work. And can I get that to twist or do anything? Nope. Even with a mat. And this will be in a different direction the next time when it goes back together. It's just forever and a day. Starting to get daylight out. That looks like it might. This might want to play well. It's just so dry rotted on there that can't even get a. Can I feed that through there? No. Stubborn mule. Hey, you can't even get your fingers in there. There we go. Alright. There we are. Huh. What do those even go to anyway? Well, that one's one for like an overflow or like a breather. And it's kind of odd. One of those vacuum lines goes to nothing. I think it might be two. God, the junk on this thing. I have to cut that one too. Hope not. I might have to. Yep. Whoops. Okay. Oh boy. There we go. Ooh, that still had some that burnable stuff in it. Okay, give me my dang. Okay. All right. Boy, oh boy. The amount of crap. Huh. Yeah, I have a feeling that this has not been done in about, 35 years. Okay, let's see here. We need a piece like this, like this. And we'll give her an extra inch, half inch. with that. And with this. Okay, let's use this one. Get him on there first. Actually, since we got the clearance, let's go ahead and see if we can get him out while we're at it. Since the bottom one is kind of closed in with the other one. There's so much crap on that screw. Plus it's not really at an angle where you can get to it. Boy, oh boy. Whoever put these clamps on, really wondering if they're factory clamps. How am I going to get into that? Boy, I'm not taking the fuel filter out. There we go. There we go. Okay. Oh, that's like right in there, isn't it? Yeah, I'm gonna have to spray some juice down in there. See if I can wipe that out of there. Jeez Louise. Okay, so that's our top. Oh boy. Come on out of there, you stubborn little pig. And yes. See what I mean? Good boy. You would think that that wouldn't be so bad. When all else fails, let's cut the damn thing off. There we go. What's up, my buddies? There we are. Alright. You know what? I'm just going to replace that. I ain't gonna bother cleaning him up. Well, maybe. Let's see what we got going on here. Okay, got the bottom one done. And of course, somebody had to come up here and inspect my work. He's good at inspecting, not too much for a helping hand. Of course, we've been through this before with the no thumbs. But let me get you in a little closer and show you what we've been kind of trying to tackle here. See if you can get in there. Okay, so we've redid this all the way here to here. The pulse pump tube all the way to the engine block. And that struggle there was trying to get at that screw because it was sideways. I got it mounted towards the top. That way, if we ever have to do this again, we can get to it. So now it's from the fuel pump to the carburetor and then button everything up. So, I don't know if you guys are getting a good enough view. Somebody has definitely pretty much laid claim to the golf cart. So we will get Winston out of the way because he decided he was going to bump his cart. And now we will go ahead and tackle. See if I can zoom you guys in and tackle that top and then button everything up. Oop, too much. There we go. Trying to get you guys situated so you can see the aggravation. Okay. Yeah, I had to open up the garage door and turn the fan on. It was, wife noticed if she could smell gas. So I figured it'd probably be a good idea to probably go ahead and ventilate. So that being said, we will finish this up, get it all back together again, start it back up, and see if we can get some flow back through there again. And be mindful of, oops, let's try and go this way with him. Yeah. Which one was the carburetor one? This was on the fuel pump itself. So we'll go this way. Let's see here. Yeah. Oh yeah, there we go. Nice and convenient. Get the clamp up to where we can access it so that we ain't I mean, this thing cleaned up fairly well. I mean, it's never had a wash. Looks like valve cover is decent. Imagine the valves probably need to be adjusted. But there we go. Let's squeeze out whatever there. Squeeze out that. I should go there and see if he has a repair manual for these. Kind of like a Chilton's or a, what's that other, Heinz? Oh, there you are. Well, you getting yourself caught and tangled again? Probably. No, I don't want you on that. Thank you. He decided he was going to try and let's see here. Come on. Okay. Well, there she be. All replugged. I'll get the airbox on and we'll start her up and check for leaks. See if we can get these nuts to come off. Time consuming? Yes. Fun? Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll get that airbox on and get you guys back in this. Okay, there she is, all buttoned up, ready to go. I'll go ahead and put the dogs in because every time I start this thing up, Winston barks, and they'll be coming here to pick up the garbage anyway. So they've been out here for a while. I'll go ahead and put them in the house real quick, and then we'll start it up, check for leaks, and I'll show you how well this runs. So hang on. Okay, guys. What are we doing? Are we doing dud runs? Are we doing zoomies now? Huh? Are you gonna say bye to everybody? Huh? Say bye to everybody? Okay. Well, let's go ahead and see what this monstrosity will do for us. Since they're in the house, and that way he doesn't bark and have a hissy fit. And we'll check for leaks. Okay, let me get the key. Now, for those that aren't familiar with golf carts, I think most of us are. There's a parking brake. You press the gas, it shuts that, it pops that off. The gas pedal is also the starter and, you know, the gas. So let's give her a tickle and see what happens. Keys on. You know, I should probably move the roof and the seat. Just in case that lurches forward, I ain't driving over it. And I'll move you guys a little bit out of the way here. Let's see here. All right. Running. Yeah. Fuel pump's good. Let the lady out of the car. Working pretty good. But she is pretty whisper quiet. And then when you run out of gas, she shuts off. So there you go. Gas can popping. Well, there you go, guys. No leaks. She runs pretty quiet. She is a bit on the stinky side, but once you get going, though, it really does start to smoke pretty bad. But all in all, job well done. I need to power spray down in there more. But all in all, she's in relatively good shape. So, with that, just got to put the seat and the roof back on. See what the boys are doing. Besides being nincompoops. They're probably in here running around getting into trouble. Oh, well, there's Bruno. Winston, on the other hand, he's a sneaky little bugger. Huh. So there's Bruno. Oh, there's Winston. There he is. Huh? You guys been good boys? Huh? You guys been good boys? Huh? Yeah. Come here, buddy. Yeah, good boys. All right. Well, thanks for watching. Thanks for stopping by. Sorry for so long for getting another video out to you guys. Yes, I know. Yes, I know. Yes, I know you know. Rah, 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 rah. Oh, quick. No wrestle around. But thanks again for watching. As always, please like and subscribe. And I want to thank you for your patience. And as always, keep on tinkering. You two. A bunch of clowns. What are you guys doing? Oh, yeah. Not mean bone in their body. See ya.